Alright, so gonna be doing the tension rod bushings because, as you can tell, not only is this bracket fucked up, but the bushing, if you can see it, is not looking too happy. So I got my new bushings here. I'm hoping those fit. I got those from ProThing. And I gotta take this rod out, and there's two nuts up here. There's basically studs on this bar, and it go through, and the nut is on the bottom. But to take these brackets off, I have an extra one that I got that I took off of another car. And you got two bolts right here for the sway bar, and there's one bolt right here. Let me see if I can turn that on. There's a bolt there, one there, and two down here next to the radiator. And same for this side. I should have sprayed some WD-40 on this last night to let it soak, but yeah, so you got to take the sway bar loose, then you can get these brackets off. And my alignment's pretty bad, so hoping to feel a difference with these, because anytime I pull up to a stop or something, you hear a loud popping coming from these, and it'd be hard to do, but yeah, I can't do it from here. But you can see there's a gap in there. It's not supposed to be there, and it's making my alignment really bad, and driving down the highway is sketchy, so it's about time I do this. Oh yeah, and another thing is I got this paint pen here. I'm gonna try to mark this so that I can kind of get it back in the same place. I'm hoping that sticks pretty good, so you can see that. Because when you take this off, so basically when you tighten this up, it pulls the A-arm this way, and that's going to mess with your alignment if it's not back to where it was. Although this is bent to hell, so my alignment's been screwed up for a while. And do it on this one too, see if I can get a better shot. Something like that. I'm sure I can get it nice and good on there. Not the greatest indicator, but it'll help. And I'm sure putting that on is going to be tough because new bushings. Also, it seems to be leaking. Seems like my coolant's leaking out of the radiator right there. What else is going on up here? Rear main leaking, I think. Anyway, back to this. Break those loose, and then yeah. I'm trying to record this, but I just can't set up my phone the right way, so I'll just do it and then document what I did, or not document, tell you what I did, whatever. Alright, I got the nut off, and there should be, let me get it, two washers. One goes in the front like that. I'm trying to make sure I keep note of which way this washer goes back on. So now I gotta take them two out. This bar will just push out or push up, and you can pull it out on this end. Got the nuts off of that. Nuts is out of this one, and the sun's finally poking out. It's like 40 something degrees. It ain't the worst conditions I've been in, but it ain't the best either. Got some cold wind blowing through. Now this is going to be the challenging part, because this is bent, which is putting force on this bar, and it's forcing these threads into this bracket basically. So I'm going to have to like do something. I just popped my chest. That felt great. Tried to bring my hammer out here and bang on it a couple of times. I might have to try to loosen this, see if I can get some play out of it. Probably gonna be the game move. I don't want to mess up my threads beating on it. So, probably gonna loosen some of these bolts and see if I can get some play out of it. I'll probably just do that anyway because I have to take it off. So, I'm gonna do these. All right, got all them bolts out. Now, that rod just pops out. And pull it out this way. A bunch of stuff falls out. Yeah, where that tie rod back there, and then bam, that comes out. Set it down. Pretty sure is there not a washer on this side? It don't look like it. Now, I can get this past the sway bar. I might loosen this sway bar mount over yonder. That one. So that way this sway bar will come down. Alright, I'm gonna hit that. Alrighty, that was a bit of a struggle. That last one was a bit of a challenge to get out. It was a little tight. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove the sway bar so I can replace these sway bar end links because they ain't doing nothing. And I don't know if you can see it. This one on this side's even worse. I could like move it when it was bolted. So I'm gonna get this. I think a 14. It's a 14. And I don't know what the top one is. I think it might be the same. So I'm gonna get this out, replace those, and replace these because I've already got it out. So why not? All right, I think I got this set up right. So I took this out and like all the washers and bushings fell out. So I had to like piece it together here. So this is how it should look. You got a top washer right there. And it's basically making a sandwich between these sway bar goes right there. There's a spacer right here in between these. And then same deal here. I don't know if there's... I know I got everything, but let me double check because I don't want to make a mistake and then have to do all this over again. So, according to the other side, okay, yeah, there's a washer right there on the A-arm. So that's that. And just for reference, this is the other side. Turn the light on. You see, top washer, bushing, sway bar, bushing, washer, spacer, washer, bushing, and then spacer on the AR. So, and then there's supposed to be one on this side, but I only see like a regular washer. Hopefully the kit came with one, but if not, I'll just have to run the regular. These don't look too bad, but they're definitely cracking. And the sway bar wasn't doing anything because this thing has got a lot of body roll. So I'm gonna get this one out now. And I'm gonna sand this down too because you can see it's kind of rusty, so it ain't gotta be perfect, just enough to keep it from rusting. Maybe. My dang sandpaper is just falling apart. I ran out of wire wheels for my Dremel tool, so I gotta use sandpaper now. All of this is just old stuff. I'll have to come back to this at a later date. I don't have all the tools I need to make it right. So for now, I'll just sand it best I can, paint it, and hope that, keeps some of the rust out for a good while anyway. So this is pretty funny. Those bushings over there I got those for the strut rods, right? Well, I was looking through this box, which is the kit for these that goes to the sway bar, and I found the same ones right there. So I guess I bought those and I didn't even need them. Oh well, I guess I can use them on one of my other cars. But this is what I needed, so I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then slide this on. We'll make sure to use this grease so it don't squeak. They say you're supposed to, so yeah. There's the old sway bar end link. This is the new one, so I'm gonna try to open it. Maybe. Let me just ruin the box right quick. Almost. Come on. Alright. Now, I think there's 2 in one. Let me just... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't run away. Come on now. Alright. Them are the washers. But the question is, do I use those washers or the old ones? Because these have a cup to them. I'll definitely use them nuts because they have lock washers. So, I don't know. Wait, I think these are cup too. Yeah, they are. You can barely see it, but they are. So I'm gonna try to assemble this. There's that one. God, that bolt is freaking long. Holy shit. I don't think that's gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work. What the hell? We'll just assemble it and see how it goes from there. Alright. That cannot be right. What? Look how long that is. That is ridiculous. Oops. So, that is right. That's wild. Look at the size difference. That's not right. Something ain't right. This ain't the rear, is it? It don't say. I'm gonna double check. I'll catch you in a sec. Alright, I think I figured it out. I'm pretty sure that one is the rear, so all this needs to go back in here. Because I just pulled this one out. It's a lot smaller, so gonna put all that back in there. I'll just leave that assembled because Ain't no sense in taking it apart. Put the bolt back in there. I would imagine that's the rear. Especially with it being so long. So that's going to go back in the kit. This one needs to come out. That looks much better. Still a little long, but it'll be fun. So, these on this, like I did a minute ago. I'm going to put this together and then I'll be right back. Alright, I've got it put together. The only thing I'm noticing, this shim is a lot longer than that one. So, I'm not sure if that's going to affect anything. It probably will. And it's important to keep the orientation of these bushes. I'm pretty sure this rounded edge is supposed to go in the middle, because I can kind of see it on these. But on this one, it looks backwards. Oh, well, it'll either work or it won't. That's what I'm going with. I'm going to assemble the other one and then work on putting the sway bar back in. Alright, so update, I got that in. I do recommend putting the opposite side that you're doing the bushing on for the sway bar, putting this mount on just to hold it, because trying to put all of those washers and all those bushings in is kind of a pain without it. So if you do that, I highly recommend doing that. Now I got to get the tension rod mounts put in on both sides, and then I can finish putting in the sway bar, because the sway bar bolts on top of the mounts. So yeah, I gotta do that now. Just throwing some quick paint on these. They're a bit rusty, so I ain't going all out. I just want to cover it with some rust so it don't look so bad. Then once that dries, it's going in. It's starting to get colder out, so hopefully I can get this done quick. Shoot, that was a bit of a workout. So this whole thing, because this bracket I just got is not bent, and this radiator support is like kind of bent. These bolts, well, this one went in, but that one didn't. And if I got these lined up and put in, then these up here wouldn't line up, and that one too. So I had to like finagle this. It took me at least an hour, 2 hours, just, you know, twisting and trying to, I don't know, it was just complicated. It took forever. This side wasn't nearly as bad, obviously, because it didn't get hit on the ground like the other side did. Greased the bushings, put them in. I loosened those on both sides because the sway bar has to come down in order to get the bracket in. And had to put the bushing on, and then the bracket, and then the bushing bracket. Ugh. So all that's in. Now I just got to get the tie rod, not the tie rod, the tension rod in on both sides. Put those in. Hopefully those go in. So yeah, that should be fairly easy. The hard part's over with. Alright, so I'm putting this tension rod in. And when you put the new bushings in, they're going to be a lot stiffer. So as you can see, the bolts are just barely missing it. And so you're going to put all the washers and whatnot all on there, and then so you can tighten it. And what that's going to do is make it so that you can tighten the rod. It'll pull that back, and those should fall right in. I'm going to try to set this right here. Hopefully that's in line. But you got to tighten it quite a bit. And in my case, the nut's going on and it's pretty stiff, so if I could hold a wrench on, that would be great. Alright, that's a little tight. I can't rotate it now. Oh, we're just at it too. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right there. Need to tighten it up some more. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong way. Yep. If I had my vice grips that I lost, I could probably clamp them on there and make lifts a lot easier. It's pretty darn close too. But you can see the concept. I'm gonna pause this and try to get it. Alright. Everything is in and tightened. Man, them bushings look so good. Them are in. I'm gonna clean up my mess. Drink my coffee. Put all my tools up. Put my bushing kit up. I'll get to the rest of this eventually, just unless I get some like really good weather and another daily, that's going to be on hold because I need to drive this every day. And if I'm doing the bushing kit, I can't. So, I'll probably keep this grease packet. Probably come handy. Put all these back in here. Shit. That's the old sway bar bushings right there. They weren't terrible, but actually one of them was cracked along the bottom edge right here. And that one, I think it was that one. But I'm just gonna put those in there. I try to keep up with my old parts just in case. I mean, I'll probably never use them, but it's good to have them for whatever reason. And I actually messed up. I don't know if I said this earlier. I went ahead and ordered brand new of these tension rod bushings. And I was waiting on those to come in to do this. But when I got this kit out, I didn't even realize it, but that kit had the same bushings in it. So I was like, oh crap, I just bought extra set, but that's fine. I'll use those on the other car. In fact, I think I did say that. I'm gonna get to cleaning this up, but then I'll go test drive it and see how it feels. Alright, I just took it for a ride to the store, and it feels so much better. Now whenever I hit the brakes, the wheels don't move back, so it actually feels like I'm braking instead of the suspension braking. And I didn't really notice a difference with the sway bar, but also wasn't going too hard on it. So yeah. Feels pretty good to have new bushings. Now I just gotta get the steering rack bushings and it'll be mint. It won't have any steering issues.